Hello, I'm Casey,
And I'm Mackenzie,
and this is Field Notes from the Unknown.
a podcast about your favorite local cryptid. Yep. So today I am stretching our podcast just a little bit. Um, I'm going to be telling you about the Bunny Man of Northern Virginia. Have you heard of him?
I have not heard of the Bunny Man. Looking him up, though, I don't want to meet him in a dark alley or tunnel or see him at all.
Perhaps an abandoned railroad tunnel, which
No
happen a lot
thanks.
with these cryptids? Nope.
No thanks.
Nope. So initially I had thought that this creature was in fact a anamorphic, bunny that had the shape of a man, but turns out it's just probably a man in a bunny costume. But for the purposes of this, recording and having it be nearly Easter, I know we don't really celebrate, but for those that celebrate, I want you to picture the Easter bunny, but with the limb proportions of a man and a height of about 6 foot. Um, Now make it bloodthirsty, drenched in blood, and give it an axe.
And the axe-wielding Bunny Man.
Hippity hoppity bunny man.
The fuck on out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. Hippity hoppity, let's get the fuck out of here. So
Uh,
this,
no, thank you.
yeah, no, it's terrifying. It'll haunt your nightmares. This old guy is a native of Fairfax County, which is Northern Virginia area, right over the border from the capital, or DC, as I like to call it. DC for Doug Capital.
Duck
Don't
capital.
I know it's District of Columbia. I just think the capital's more fun to say.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of legend and lore surrounding Mr. Bunnyman and very, very few facts. So we're
Love
gonna
that.
with the facts of the case before we dive into the legend. Sound good?
Yeah, that
All
sounds
right.
good.
So scene setting. It's always nighttime. I don't know why, but it's always nighttime. It
As it
is,
should be.
of course, it is the time when cryptids come into play. It is a misty night. October 19th. There is a chill in the air. It requires a light sweater, perhaps a wee scarf, as the sun goes down. The year is 1970. Air Force cadet Robert Benet and his fiancee spent the evening watching the annual Air Force versus Navy football game. Following the game, the couple got in the car and went to go visit relatives on Guinea Road outside of Burke, Virginia. They park the car in a field across from their relative's house when suddenly a figure appears from the dark tree line. The figure appears to be white and dressed in a fluffy rabbit costume. It appears to be a man that is costumed as this gigantic white rabbit, and he is angry. The man is incensed. He runs to the couple and begins cursing them out, telling them, "You are trespassing. I have your plate number. You should not be here." He then produces a hatchet from somewhere. Who knows? I don't know if it was. He has a hatchet, and he flings the hatchet through the passenger side door. It breaks the windshield and lands at the feet of Mr. Benet's date.
That's insane.
Yes, and then the creature fled into the woods. They immediately called authorities, and this is documented. Authorities arrived, but being at the 1970s, they had pretty much nothing to go on. And they said, "We're going to keep an eye out and have somebody here on patrol on this stretch of roadway." But ultimately, they returned the axe to Mr. Benet and wound up closing the case.
So wait, the cops got there and, like, the axe was left at the scene?
Yeah, but no fingerprints, no nothing. And
Well, I mean, if he was wearing a bunny costume and had gloves on, then there wouldn't be.
exactly, yeah. So there's nothing, there's no evidence to find the person that did this.
Other than their word and
Their
sightings.
word and the axe, and clearly the window was broken.
Yeah.
And the axe is still out there. The axe is on display at the Fairfax County Public Library. Yeah.
No
Yep.
way. Interesting.
Right?
Okay.
Okay.
So is that the only encounter with the bunny man?
Nope. There's one more definitely factual encounter, and then we get into the legend. So the next encounter was also in October of 1970. So this was October 1st. There was a man named Paul Phillips who was working as a security guard at a construction site. When he spotted something really weird, he noticed a figure standing across the road on the porch of an unfinished home. The figure, to his guesstimate, was about 5 foot 8 inches tall, maybe about 175 pounds, and appeared for all the world to be a two-legged gray, white, and black bunny. So Phillips approached the man to get a better look at what he was seeing and verify that was this a bunny or was this something else. That's when the bunny man revealed a long-handled axe and began chopping at the support pole holding up the front porch. Allegedly, Bunny Man struck the pole 8 times before yelling, "All you people trespass here!" Mr. Phillips was horrified and made a retreat to his vehicle where his handgun was. Retrieving the handgun, he returned to the porch, and by that time, the Bunny Man had once again fled into the woods. You look shocked.
So, Bunny Man has a new axe now.
Uh huh.
Was this like a close location to where the first encounter was?
Yes, very same road, in fact. So they were both spotted on the same, and the name of the road was Guinea Road in Burke, Virginia. Isn't that crazy? But different
Interesting.
costumes and then two
That's
different.
insane.
Uh-huh.
Did the cops come and investigate this one?
They sure did. The cops investigated, but when they were unable to make headway in either case, the Fairfax County Police Department actually handed over the reins of the case to the Criminal Investigations Bureau. Yeah,
And it's probably just a cold case now.
exactly. It became a cold case because there was never any evidence. Isn't that crazy?
That is insane.
Yeah. So that's where the actual documented facts stop and the lore kind of begins. So,
I love
sightings,
the lore.
you too. Sightings of Bunny Man continued throughout the years, numbering over 50 reports. They spilled out of Northern Virginia into Maryland and DC. One person even said they saw bunny men capture and eat their outdoor cat. The CIB kept investigating, but local fervor just took over, and people began to speculate over what the origins of this creepy cat eating, axe wielding bunny man were.
Was there any lunatic asylums around the area with,
Bunny
like,
Man took the
missing
test.
people?
So the Bunny Man story is associated again with a specific bridge, kind of like your Sheep Man story in Fairfax County, that's now known as Bunny Man Bridge. And the most popular legend is that one dark, stormy night in the 1960s, a patient at a local asylum escaped and took refuge in the woods around the town of Clifton, Virginia, nearby an old railway trestle. He was distraught over having allegedly murdered his wife and infant daughter, so he hid in the woods and survived by eating wild rabbits.
And he
Allegedly,
turned
he
into
would
one.
then wear the skins and leave their half-eaten remains hanging on the bridge. Yucky.
Ew. Why is it always bridges and trestles and
I don't know. I don't know. Legend has it that one year, a group of 3 local teenagers decided to go to the bridge at midnight on Halloween night. There, they encountered the Bunny Man, who flew into a rage at being found, and he murdered all of them, hanging their disemboweled bodies alongside the dead rabbits.
legit, territorial?
Yep. And then the next Halloween, 6 more local teens did the same thing and were discovered hanging from the bridge on November 1st.
They never learned.
They don't. Crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So, has there been any new sightings of the Bunny Man?
So, nothing's that's been reported in police files, but there are people that say that if you go even to this day and you stand underneath Bunny Man Bridge and say Bunny Man, Bunny Man, Bunny Man, at midnight he will appear and begin to chase you.
Oh, it's like Candyman.
Exactly. Or like
Or
Bloody
like
Mary.
yeah.
Yeah. Some people say he wasn't an escaped person from an asylum. He was actually an escaped convict. That there was a vehicle crash of a prison bus near Clifton in 1904, and the man fled and then cotton skinned rabbits, wore the skin suit. People say his ghost still haunts the area, so they think the bunny man died, lived a natural life, then died, and his ghost haunts them, appearing at Colster Road, which is the road that passes beneath Bunny Man Bridge at midnight on Halloween every single year.
Is there a record of the actual, like, accident?
So allegedly, yes, 1904 there was a bus that crashed, but there were no escaped prisoners noted in the records. But people could cover that up. That's possible.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could see that. Interesting.
I know. Super weird.
That is really weird. I think we should go to Bunny Man Bridge.
So I agree. We should not go there on Halloween night because
No.
the tracks are also still active, so definitely don't go on top of the bridge.
Yeah. Let's not
Kinda
do
like
that.
Sheepman Story, yeah, don't go on the
Yeah.
active trestles, so super dangerous. There's a bunch of no trespassing signs posted, and the police
You
routinely
should
patrol around Halloween to keep kids out of the area. But, like, you can go to Google Maps and search for Bunnyman Bridge in Virginia, and it'll show you where it's at. You can go drive by if you want. Just be respectful and just don't.
obey the signs.
And despite the high number of reports and the involvement of the CIB, they never found a culprit. Legend has endured. It's now integrated itself as part of local folklore. You can buy t-shirts.
It's only it's a day trip drive for
Yeah,
us.
it is.
Okay.
It's not that far from us at all here in Pennsylvania. We should definitely
Google
go.
reviews. The Bunnyman Bridge is spooky but exciting. Tiny tunnel under the bridge.
I love Google
God.
reviews.
I love Google reviews.
And Casey, you're gonna love this. So the Bunnyman legend has also been turned into a song. And
Oh,
it's not just one song, Casey. Are you familiar with the musical group Mantua Finials?
I am not.
I'm not either, but they're apparently a Northern Virginia local band, and they released a 3-disc rock opera dedicated to the Bunnyman.
I love I love musicians who are, like, absolutely dedicated to stuff like this.
Me too.
Like, 10 out of 10 would recommend, and
Absolutely.
I'm probably gonna go check it out.
It features such songs as The Bunny Suite and All Hallows Eve.
Ooh, interesting.
Remarkable. So, is it the
Right?
Bunnyman there, or is it the ghost that's haunting the area still? Who's to say?
Hold on, hear me out. Or is it just Danny Darko?
I mean, I think he probably would also haunt an area as well.
It definitely would haunt an area.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that story.
Yeah, again, a short one, but short, sweet, and
Short,
thematically
sweet,
appropriate for
good.
Easter.
Look, you gotta cover them all. It's like Pokemon, you gotta catch them all.
Yeah, you gotta got
You
"A
gotta.
heart so true, a courage will blow us through." We're keeping that.
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
So, on a scale of 1 to 5,
Uh-huh.
chunky boy?
Chunky
No.
boy.
Believable bunny man.
So for me, I'm gonna put him well, we know he was real, so for that, I'm putting him at a 5. 5 out of 5. This was a documented thing. Is he around still? I don't know, but he sure was in the year of, what, 1971, I think.
A lot of things were happening in the 70s. Oh my gosh. Waterford Sheepman disappeared after the 70s and didn't come back and so what if the Waterford Sheepman got bored and turned himself into the Bunny Man in 71? That's why he never returned to Waterford.
We cracked it.
We got it. We did it.
You're so smart.
Dang.
You're beautiful and smart.
That's it. It's all connected.
It's the grand unification theory of the unknown. Everything is
Full
one.
circle.
And they all meet up in the sky at cryptid summits.
They do. They all meet up.
Look at
Alright.
that boy. It says, "Mommy, it's time to hug me.
I know. I know. Have to get
Mommy,
my
love
child.
me." He's your baby.
He is my baby. Yeah, so I'll give it a 4.
Uh-huh.
It could have just been, what when did the clown thing happen?
Oh, the clown panic?
Yeah.
Let me see.
It could have been similar to that, but it was more like a bunny man panic. But I
2016
asked
was the clown panic.
when was it?
2016. Modern.
Okay. So it could have been like that. No answers about the clown panic other than people were doing it.
Yeah. People were running around the woods dressed in fucking bunny skins and chasing people with axes.
But I definitely want to go to the bridge and obey all the laws.
Yes, I
So,
like to look at it from on the roadside. I do not wish to go onto the active bridge, but we can look at it.
yeah, I don't want to go onto the active bridge, but we can look at it.
Okay, let's do it. Meet us there.
I'll
Maybe we're
look
gonna do a group trip.
Yeah. We'll take pictures.
Field trip from field notes from the unknown.
I love that. Our first field trip.
Cute.
Stay tuned. More information to come on the Patreon.
Absolutely. That's all I got for you, Casey.
I loved it.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
All right, guys. As usual, you know where to find us. If you're not already following, follow on Instagram, Patreon, Facebook,
YouTube?
YouTube.
And find us at fieldnotesfromtheunknown@gmail.com.
Add your field notes below.
Mhm.
Alright, and that's it, guys. Bye.
Bye.
I liked that.
That was wild.